Well, I accidentally stopped the recording instead of pausing. I don't have any editing software to edit it together, so just gonna have to lump this on the end. I'm not going to go through everything I said again. Lashley and Street Profits Final Testament. Randomly, Bubba Ray Dudley's a special referee. Lashley and Street Profits win. I always thought that they were going to win. I didn't really see Final Testament really getting a win out of this, but yeah. Lashley Street Profits, as I said, I feel they see something in the Street Profits, especially Montez Ford. I think at some point they'll split up the Street Profits and he'll go singles, because they kind of always do that. They have a good tag team, they lean heavily on one of them, and then the other one goes into obscurity, but it's unfortunate, but it happens, it's wrestling. But yeah, Lashley and the Street Profits win. I did count them up, and I am 7 out of 9, because technically there was 10 matches, but I didn't count Priest coming in. So I had Ripley, Awesome Truth, which I'm counting. I said Escobar and Dirty Dom, which was wrong. Jey Uso, Bianca, Cargill, and Naomi. Then I said Gunther over Sammy, which I was wrong. And then the Bloodline, Drew McIntyre beating Seth, and Lashley and the Street Profits beating the Final Testament. So 7 out of 9 so far. And now we shall see with the rest of the matches whether I was right or not. So yeah, then we go into LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Another solid match. I would have liked a bit more intensity to the build. A bit more, just a bit more attention to it. I know they did a fair bit of build towards it, but it just seemed like when it came to it, it just seemed like a match between two people who don't like each other. I mean, the fact that it was LA Knight and AJ Styles helps it, because AJ's probably one of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots, and LA Knight, he's not the best in the ring, but he's a good solid worker, and it just goes to show, doesn't it? In the Vince McMahon era, Vince wanted to be the one that made all the stars. He wanted to be the one that made everyone, that if they were successful, it was because of him. LA Knight was getting over in NXT, he was brought up, and then he was given Max Dupree or whatever it was, and he was just the manager of the male models. And that's why he's a great talker on the mic. And people say, oh, he rips off The Rock, he rips off this person, he rips off that person. He's just took everything that other people have done before and made it his own. He's over. He's got the LA Knight, yeah. He's got the Slim Jim thing. He's got Let Me Talk to You. He's got loads of stuff. And a lot of the stuff he was doing years ago in TNA. And he built his own popularity. He built himself up to a point where under Vince he probably wouldn't get a WrestleMania match. But he's built himself so much, and it just goes to show, like Triple H. Well, the difference between Triple H and Vince is Vince wanted to be the one that made you popular, made you famous, so he could take credit for it. And Triple H is just like, if you go out there and you make a name for yourself, that's all down to you. You deserve a push. And he's got his push, and he's fighting AJ Styles, which is, AJ always puts on a good match, and they put on a really good match. I can't say anything better about the pair of them, because okay, it wasn't the best match, but I think it could have been. I think it could have been the best match on the card, to be fair. But I just think there's too many stakes on the other ones, and they just went out there, they did solid work, and reaped the benefits. And yeah, in the next, I just want to reiterate again that LA Knight deserves all his success. He's made a name for himself. He hasn't relied on anyone else to do it. He's done it himself, and that's what a lot of wrestlers should do. That is the best way to get yourself over, is to believe in yourself and go out there. He's got a great personality, like the Slim Jim thing. He's the perfect person to take over from Macho Man, because he embodies that over the top, charismatic character, that personality that's larger than life. He embodies it the same as what Macho Man does, and you know what? I wish him all the success because he truly deserves it. So on to the next match. To be fair, I just want to interject and just, the Hall of Fame class didn't really cover that. You had Leo Maivia, Thunderbolt Patterson, the US Express, Muhammad Ali, Bull Nakano, and especially Paul Heyman. The fact that Paul Heyman came out with the WWE title as well, the Undisputed title. Like, when you listen to Roman's speech, it was like, I couldn't believe how important that guy actually is. Like, without him, Brock isn't Brock. Without him, Paul Heyman, CM Punk doesn't become the CM Punk that we know now. Even Roman Reigns, without him, Roman Reigns probably doesn't become the guy he is now. Like, the way Roman spoke about him, like how important he was, and there'd be no tribal chief without Paul Heyman, I think. And the fact that he comes out and everyone chants ECW, right? You look at every other promotion that's ever been. How many of them promotions get chanted? No one. You don't hear at WrestleMania a WWE chant. Bischoff, he never gets a WCW chant. In Ring of Honor, that doesn't get a chant. AEW doesn't get a chant. TNA has people. Did you say chant TNA? But not at one specific person. It was just when a match was really good. And like ECW, Paul Heyman just walks out and it's EC-dub, 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 EC-dub all the way, and you just can't fathom how important that is, and the fact that it will never die. Even the main event, Bloodline Rules, is an ECW match, really, isn't it? It's mad how just one man just embodied a whole company. Obviously, you got to mention like Bray Wyatt's passing as well. The US Express, they leaned heavily into that because, I mean, let's face it, Bray would have loved to have been there and seen his dad get inducted. Bo Dallas was there doing the induction with, I can't remember the daughter's name, but they were just there. You got to acknowledge Bray Wyatt, really, haven't you? Bull Nakano as well. Bull Nakano was superb. Like, she was awesome. And then you've even got Thunderbolt Patterson. I don't know much about him, but you don't realise how, like, watching it, how many people he influenced. And like, he's just there, and he's got the attitude that everyone should have. And it's like, he fought hard for fair working wages and stuff like that, and it's just admirable what he did. And the whole, like, even him and Muhammad Ali embodied it as well, and it was like, just be kind to each other. Racism is racism, no matter the skin of your colour. If you are actively discriminating or looking down upon someone because of the colour of their skin, then it's racism. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what race it is. And, you know, it just drives home, like, just be nice to each other, man. It's not difficult. And then obviously you, as I said, you had Leah Maivia, who was a big advocate for women in wrestling, really. And she was, I didn't know how popular and how good she was either, but there you go. So yeah, that's all Hall of Fame class. I love the fact that, like, The Rock had that belt given to him and he was the People's Champion. He's got this extra belt. It just really keyed into his whole I'm better than everyone else. Because if you actually look at him, I didn't realise he got the People's Champion from Muhammad Ali. And I think Muhammad Ali would have loved what The Rock's doing now. Because he's just channeling Muhammad Ali. It's like, I'm the greatest, no one's better than me, I'm the final boss, no one's going to beat me, I'm the best ever. And it's fun because it's true, really, isn't it? It's like, he's one of the best, just like Ali was, and it's just working really well at the moment, working amazingly. But as I said, yeah, on to the next match. And yeah, then you got the US title, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. Randy Orton, I don't know how he got involved, but I know Kevin Owens and Logan Paul had a bit of a thing. But yeah, so you've got Logan Paul as your champion. He comes out on the little Prime truck, and then Kevin Owens comes down his little golf cart thing, and then he drives back up and gives Randy Orton a lift, and it's going so fast and you can see Randy Orton like telling him to slow down. But then it's just a good solid match, and I think the whole point of it was putting Logan Paul in with two guys who are solid hands, who are good workers, who are safe, who, you know, you can put, if you beat them, it raises your stock. Logan Paul, as I said, like a duck to water. You can tell what you like about him, but his heel work is fantastic because people don't like him in real life. And the amount of people booing him, yeah, he's got, last year he had 1.3 billion in sales for Prime. So, you know, some people must like him. And yeah, he just seems like he's took to wrestling. He's taking it seriously. He's putting the work in, and he's doing well, and he's reaping the rewards. I mean, he's winning matches at Wrestlemania. You know, you can hate him all you like, but seems like he's taking it seriously, and he's doing really well. And as I said, the fact that people don't, his persona, his personality, people don't like him in real life, so they don't like him in this either. I love the little thing with that I Show Speed, where he squared up to Randy Orton and then caught an RKO. And Logan Paul's frog splash, where he pretty much dove about 40 foot in the air to come down and hit the frog splash. Yeah, fantastic. Really, really good, solid match. As I said, like, I'd put Kevin Owens and Randy Orton, the two people, again, that don't need titles, and you put them in a match, and I'd put them up there with people like Sting and Mick Foley. Like, you can put anyone in there with them, and even Bret Hart as well. You could put them in a ring with them, have a match, and they're going to look good, because the opponents are, like, top tier. So yeah, so fantastic for Logan Paul. We did say Logan Paul have retained, so that was another tick in the win column. After the LA Knight, AJ Styles, I think, as well, that takes him up to 9 in 12, and then we've just got the Bayley, Io Sky, and the main event. So yeah, next matchup is Bayley and Io Sky. Yeah, so you got Io Sky champion facing Bailey. A good solid match. What it needed to be. They did say that Bailey hasn't held a title since 2021, which is mad to think about. Because I consider her one of the top stars. I love Bailey. I think she's probably one of my favourite women's wrestlers. I didn't get the Egyptian thing when she came out. Io Sky, I like Io Sky as well. I kind of like, the damage control. I like Asuka. She's one of my favourites. She needs to be pushed more because she never seems to win at WrestleMania. But yeah, back to this Bailey. I love Bailey. I love her look. I love her attitude. I love her wrestling. I think she's great. She's one of my favourites. And yeah, she deserved this win. To finally get one over on damage control, it was bound to happen. But I mean, I think it could have been better, but I don't think by much. Yeah, Bailey's a new champion, which is as I predicted. She fully deserves it, and hopefully it's a long, lengthy run. And then we get to the final match: Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, WWE Universal Title, Bloodline Rules match, and it was what you wanted and what you expected, really. I like the start of the match. Getting into it, hitting each other. Get a bit of momentum going in the match, and then obviously inevitably Cody looks like he's gonna win, and Jimmy Uso shows up, super kicks Cody. He's like, yeah, that's what we wanted. You got them. They're fighting. Then Jay's music hits, and Jay comes out and neutralises Jimmy. Spears him off the stage through tables, which was a really cool spot. And then again, it looks like Cody's gonna win. And who shows up? Solo Sikoa. Spikes. Spikes Cody's. He's going for that third. What's it called? What's Cody's finisher called? 1 second. Crossroads. Remembered it. Yeah, so you've got he's back to heat, so Crossroads. Solo shows up, spikes him, gets him up. Roman pins, Cody kicks out. Solo's like, finish him. And Roman's like, I know. It's like, who's the boss here? Roman or Solo? And then they give him another spear spike. Cody kicks out. And then John Cena's music hits. John Cena comes bombing down, takes out Solo, takes out Roman, and then The Rock's music hits, the final boss, and he comes down, he's effing and blinding and shouting and swearing. You get the big square off between The Rock and Cena, which obviously Cena's kind of tied in because he had a match. He's had a few matches with I think he at least had one match with Solo. He's fought Roman. Him and The Rock have got a storied history between their two matches. And Cena goes, you can't see me. Goes to throw a punch. Rock bombs him, takes him out, and then he stood there and he's like, rah, 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 giving it all this. And then the gong hits, and The Rock's like, what the hell? Lights go down, lights come back up, and Undertaker stood behind The Rock. I mean, I think they kind of shoehorned Taker in, because I didn't understand why he inducted Muhammad Ali, and this, like, yeah, he's had a pass with The Rock, but nothing where they were like, it was this, either of theirs, like, big top rivalries, because it wasn't. Like, The Rock's will always be, like, Cena, Austin, who else was The Rock had a feud with? I don't know, even Goldberg was a bit more personal than he's with The Rock. They're just kind of there at the same time, at the top of the card, and cross paths. And Taker's feuds are like, you've got Edge, Kane. Now those are his top feuds, but I guess they just used him because Undertaker was there. I'm assuming they would have wanted Austin, because Austin would have been the one, because Austin's greatest feuds were with Vince and with The Rock, and they'd be like neck and neck. That's wrong, neck and neck. So I'm not 100% sure why Undertaker was chosen. Yeah, they've had a feud, but nothing amazing. But obviously, he shows up, gives Rock the choke slam, lights go down, lights come back up, and Rock's gone. And then, was it before that or after? I'm sure it was after it. There's a steel chair in the ring. Yeah, no, it was before that. The Shield's music hits, and you're like looking around, who's there? I think The Rock is like looking around, and that it's before the Undertaker bit, and then Seth just appears out of nowhere in his Shield gear with a chair. He gets taken out, and then there's a bit where Roman like looks at the chair, picks up the chair, and he's like, he can hit Cody and he could probably win, or he could hit Seth. And in a reverse of fate, he smacks Seth in the back with the chair. He probably could have just took out Cody and he'd be done with it. Obviously, then you've got the Undertaker and The Rock's bit, and then you've got a bit of back and forth. Cody hits 3 crossroads and becomes the champ. I like the story they built with Cody towards the end, like when it's all like, ooh, when Cody's like that, he's not a sympathetic babyface. I like the aggression where he's like, I'm coming after you, I'm coming after The Rock, he's slapping The Rock and all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff they should go with Cody. I'm not a massive fan of Cody, but I think it was a good end to Roman's reign. Obviously, it's not the end of the bloodline completely, because I still think there's a Rock-Roman bit coming. Roman's going to be like, what the hell? You know, I lost my title, it's all your fault. And The Rock will be like, you let the bloodline down. You know, what the hell were you doing? You should have won, blah, blah, blah. They come to blows probably next year at WrestleMania, but there's also SummerSlam to have a big match as well. But yeah, so Cody wins, finishes his story, and we don't know what's next because we've got to wait for Monday Night Raw. But yeah, not too bad. I got 2 matches wrong, so I can't complain with my predictions. I'm going to watch Raw, because obviously the Raw after Mania is always a big event as well, and other years it's been a bit but I think this one there's going to be a lot of hype around it. Especially you got Cody, new champ, Damian Priest's a new champ, you know, you've got The Rock, Roman, bloodline fallout from losing his title. Is he gonna blame Solo and Jimmy and everyone else? What's Roman's next steps? What's The Rock's next steps? Is he gonna have another match? Hopefully all those questions are answered on Raw. I will watch that, and I might even do a little review of Raw as well, just to tie in, because it's kind of the bookend of WrestleMania weekend, isn't it? But yeah, if you have enjoyed these kind of videos, then please give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you know when more videos like this are coming out. Again, I do apologise for accidentally stopping the video. That was a complete accident. But yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos. Feedback's always welcome. I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, or have a good night. And I shall catch you guys again next time. See you later. Bye bye.